Hey everyone, I'm Michelle.
And I'm India.
And we're going to be doing reviews of Married at First Sight. But our first episode, our first YouTube or whatever we're calling it.
I don't know what we're calling it. We're not,
but
clearly.
This is, we're going to see how this works. We're going to let it do what it do.
So we were going to review each episode, but we decided to just do the first three together, which is the introduction of the characters and the weddings. And then hopefully starting next episode, the honeymoon and all of that, we'll do a review per episode of the actual episode breakdown and all of that. But
so to start off, we're going to do predictions. So based on the first three episodes, we're going to decide, we're going to predict who we think is going to make it and say yes at the end of the 8 weeks. So, first couple.
Mika and Michael.
Hey, okay.
What do we think about Mika and Michael? What do you think about Mika and Michael?
So, I think Michael is, his age and his experience is going to, I think, be the problem for them. He seems controlling. Or he seems like he thinks he knows more than she does. So, he's like gonna try to be the boss of the relationship.
Yeah, and not to mention when she mentioned that she was 25, he was like,
he
whoa.
But who asked somebody, how old do you think I am, a 25-year-old?
Yeah, she's 25, so she asked him, how old do you think I am? And he said 28, which I would have said too.
But I'm over 30, and I would never ask somebody, how old do you think I am?
I mean,
that
she's 25 years old, so there's that.
Okay,
she thinks Michael is controlling. I didn't get that from Michael. I think Michael is very soft-spoken, and I think Michael is a little feminine, I'm not gonna lie.
But remember in the preview for the season, how she was like, you got everybody fooled? That's what I think. I think he is controlling. When he asked her, how soon do you want kids?
Mm-hmm.
She started to answer the question, and when she said 1 year, he immediately held up his fingers like 2. I didn't ask you yet. You asked me a question. I don't need you to interject. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, that threw her off, and so she responded to him, and so then they end up talking about him. He's not the ruler of this relationship.
But I was gonna run.
I mean, I'm not saying that he's wrong, but I'm saying that he's not a listener.
She said 1. He was like, "Oh no."
No, I think he didn't know. He was not.
No.
He went like this. He was like, nobody asked you for that. But so he already had in his head what he wanted because he's controlling.
No, see, Michael's controlling according to her. According to me, Michael is going to be her balance because she seemed very A-type, and like she said, she wants everything perfect. She was really upset about her dress, which I agree with her on. If you don't feel like yourself and you don't feel beautiful, you don't know this man, so you want to present your best self to him. But I think she was really uptight. I think during the dance, he basically told her to just relax. I think he said,
so they did have good chemistry in the day. So I did like the fact that he was kind of in control.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he was exhibiting probably his strengths in a situation where he's not, where, they're all like, we don't know what we're going to do. We don't know what's going on here. Like, how do we act? Yeah. So I do think that shows that he probably is cool under pressure and maybe is a good leader. But, they are the only couple. So you want to talk about predictions? No,
let's talk about the couples. Then we're going to predict who we think are going to stay married and at the end.
Okay. So, wait. One other thing I want to say about Mika and Michael is that I did not get vibes that she was extremely attracted to him. I think that, physically.
Okay.
I think that they are an attractive couple together.
Yeah, they both look
good. With other people, other couples, as we'll see, like, they kind of had an immediate reaction, and she held back. She did not, say, oh, my God, he's so cute. Or she didn't look over to her friends and family section and say, thumbs up. She was just, nervous, and he was nervous. So I don't think that she was initially 100% attracted to him.
True. Physically. I mean, and I wasn't thinking he was a looker either until I started watching more, and I was like, "Oh, Michael's cute."
He's not unattractive. No, I agree with you. He has some. He has some attractive qualities.
Yeah, he seems like a cute guy. Anyway, they seem pretty cute, but I don't know. She's a little anal to me.
She might be a lot, and she's 25, so I feel like she's gonna be the one that's gonna make you be like, "Girl, you are 25. Like, please sit down. You have not lived enough life to even." Have all of this.
Although it does say she's the oldest of 5 kids, she basically helped raise her siblings.
Which
she probably grew up faster, so she's probably not like the average 25-year-old, but she seemed to be a lot. But she's beautiful. Mika,
she is. They're cute.
Girl, you are beautiful.
They are a cute couple.
You look good.
They actually look good together.
Mm-hmm.
They
and I
do.
liked her. And it was so funny when he was like, he wanted natural hair, then they panned it to her.
I thought that was so shady. Production is so shady.
Yeah.
When they produce these shows, they always want to have some extra. But we black people, and we know that just because it got straightened don't mean it's not natural.
Exactly.
It's still natural. Baby girl is cute with, especially when she has the curly look. Like I love when her hair is like coiled.
Okay, let's talk about that wig she had in that one confessional, the first episode. That wig was terrible. Mika, stop wearing them wigs.
Oh, yeah.
The ponytail was cute. The high ponytail that you're gonna have on the honeymoon looks
when
cute.
She has her little side part and her like her natural curly, like I don't know if it's like sets or twist outs or whatever.
Cute. Yeah, right. The twist out was cute.
Are real cute.
That wig was pulled up too far, girl. Too far.
Okay.
I'm trying not to be shady because what if they watch this? And as you can tell, I am from the DMV area.
We are. So we didn't even talk about the fact that this is why we're doing it. But okay, we can't, this is why we're doing it.
And don't beat me up, Mika, if you see me in the streets.
Okay. But so here's the thing. Oh, we didn't talk about the fact that he's from DC and she's from Baltimore.
Yeah. It's very clear that Mika's from Baltimore.
Yes.
I didn't get a DC vibe from him, but Mika, you and your whole family are so Baltimore.
Yes, but your family is beautiful.
Yeah,
and your mom is gorgeous.
Yep.
Like definitely a really good looking family.
Mm-hmm. Okay, who's next? Katie and Derek. I don't think we're going in order that we wanted to go, which was of the marriages, but
no, because I wrote them down first.
Yeah, Katie and Derek were first. Katie is 25, just like Mika, and Derek is 26. So for me, I don't understand why they keep putting these young people. Excuse me. I don't understand why they keep putting these young people on the show. Katie is beautiful. Derek is good looking. Mika's beautiful. Why are 25 and 26-year-olds on Married at First Sight?
It doesn't make sense, and especially not white. 25 and 26 year olds.
That's true too.
Because they are, maybe it's a thing. Because a lot of culturally, or I don't know if I'm going to say culturally, but a lot of white kids get with their, they go into college thinking they're going to find their husband.
Yeah.
A lot of women, they go into college thinking they're going to find and meet their husband there. So maybe when they get to be 25 and they are not, they didn't have somebody from college or they broke up with their college boyfriend, maybe they freak out at 25.
Well, she's freaking out because she has an ex that is not an ex that is calling her.
She got a whole side boo situationship.
Okay, so that pissed me off. I know that pissed y'all off too. Katie was talking about at what did they have, the bachelorette party, and before that, even on the wedding day, she was freaking out because she has this guy.
So toxic.
Yeah, this guy that basically didn't even won a title. They didn't have anything exclusive, and now he's calling her.
As soon as he finds out that she's on the show.
Yeah, now you calling her, please don't do it.
But she probably, so she's only telling her side.
Which is what? What is his side?
She texted him and told him.
Oh yeah, and that was what I was thinking. How did he know you were on the show?
Know she was on the show?
Because you were still in their defense, though. If I applied to the show, did the interview process, I'm still gonna be talking to whoever. I'm gonna be talking to my business.
But he's an ex.
But he's not an ex because ex would mean
that they were in a relationship.
That you were in a relationship or something exclusive. Like the point was he didn't want anything exclusive. You were ready. Timing was off. He might be a great guy, but I would have told him this show was only 8 weeks. If we don't work out, then maybe me and you.
Right. So I guess.
So why we didn't realize the camera stopped recording after 10 minutes?
I think we need a new camera or cameraman or camera operator or
nobody told us. We were talking and it stopped recording, but we know we stopped at Katie and Derek.
But we're back. We didn't get that far.
No, we didn't. So 10 minutes. Okay, we did a lot in 10 minutes. But anyway.
Okay.
So Katie and Derek. Katie has this boo and he didn't want her.
Okay, no. Let's keep.
We talked about that.
They're we think they're the most compatible based on what we've seen in these.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, despite Katie's little ex debacle,
that was
when she saw him, they seemed to be naturally.
They had a very genuine connection. They seemed like they were
that was a good word for
them.
them. They seemed genuine, and they seemed like they're gonna be the couple that has sex first. Let's be clear.
And
they were super attracted to each other. Yeah, they were super attracted to each other. And they both, to me, unlike past seasons, I think this season and last season in North Carolina did a good job of having couples that were physically equally. You know what I mean? I really loved Deanna and Greg's look. I really liked Keith and Iris's look.
And they're the same. Yes. I think they're in that same group.
Exactly. They're in the same group where they look compatible and they seem to be on the same page. Although we saw the previews. And it seems like he might be a little
Everybody's
more
gonna
immature.
have, yeah, and everybody's gonna have drama.
Yeah,
so what the downside of their relationship, or what do we?
Yeah,
you think you thought that the negative of their relationship was that that he's only in grad school,
and I think that he does not have a job.
I think he does.
She thinks he has a job.
Security.
He's in cybersecurity, but then he said he just started grad school. I bet you he's in a grad program that's full time, whereas she is finishing up grad school and
is also working.
So I think that can become an issue if she's bringing in. She's a therapist, and that could be modest. I don't know, a child therapist. Like, I don't know how much she makes. Cybersecurity, he can make a whole bunch, but if he's not working right now. I don't know. He just gives me immature vibes. Even at the bachelor party, I don't know. I feel like even though she's 25. But look, can we talk about Dr. Pepper said she's 25, but she got real diabetes. So that make her older. Because she got real diabetes, which is type 1, apparently.
Type 1. She's had it for 15 years.
Yeah, she's had it for 15 years. That means she acts older than 25, according to Dr. Pepper.
I guess the responsibility of having diabetes makes you mature. And
a good thing about her saying she wanted to get on the show because she what she said? Oh, she wanted to have kids, and with her diagnosis with diabetes,
she said it was difficult. She said it's more difficult
to do it earlier than later.
Yes.
So that's a perfect explanation. Now, Derek, I don't know why you a 26-year-old educated white guy in the DC area in cybersecurity, why you need to be on the show, but
he's never been in love. Remember,
he said he never
that's
been in love.
The downside of this relationship is that he's never been in love, and he's never.
So those are the negatives. He's immature. He's never been in love. Katie clearly is holding on to anything. She wanted her ex, who just was giving her scraps.
That's the problem. So he
was clearly a fuck boy.
But what I do think is he is. They show it in the what's to come that he's all over the place.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
He's immature. So in that way, he's immature, and that he probably wants to do all this stuff, but he doesn't. He can't hone in on what he's going to be good at. We'll see.
Okay, the third couple we're going to talk about is Mindy and Zach. Okay. There's an elephant in the room with Mindy. Mindy, girl, did you get them veneers 2 weeks before taping, or when did you get those? Because those need to be shaved down, honey. Those teeth are terrible. They are very terrible.
If they're not veneers, I'm shocked.
No, those are veneers, honey. Those things were perfectly long. And they were perfect to the point where if you're getting work done,
it looked like
I think you would shave them down.
It's more.
And how she was laughing, it was
when
just
she laughs, it's awkward, and it seems like they're too big for her mouth.
Yeah, and I don't want to be talking about these people. I know, because I think they're all beautiful people, but
it's hard. Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah, because just looking at, I was distracted.
Yep. It's distracting.
I was distracted by those teeth. Okay, Mindy's 34, so she's of an age where I think this is a great time for her to be on the show. Right. Zach is 32. So that seems pretty good. Now Zach is a trainer. My friend here has theories about trainers.
They are not to be trusted.
Okay. And that's from personal experience.
That's what we're doing?
Huh?
Okay. Either way.
Okay.
So, either way.
I agree though.
He's giving me those vibes.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Now I know a few people that have been with trainers and stuff, and I think you have to be pretty confident in how she was kind of like obsessed with his looks, and I think just very happy how he looks. I think it's might
and that's what it is.
She's not
I think
confident.
Trainers are very used to people being impressed by them.
And he's good looking.
And he's good looking. And he has his hair, right? And he is attractive. I mean, he's pretty attractive. He's short. He's shorter than her. Well, she had on heels, but they're still. It's probably only
a lot of trainers are very short. You ever notice that?
Yeah, because I think that anyway, that's another story for another episode for another show.
Okay,
but for today,
and Zach. Okay. I thought production was shady with them because they kept honing on the fact that Zach wants somebody, what used to be people who are attractive or stereotypically attractive.
But then they didn't have anything to bring to the table. So it's almost like they were trying to balance that with Mindy.
Yeah. So he's with these shallow, pretty girls. So what is she, ugly and smart?
And right. And
like they kept saying it. And he said it a couple times, but production, it's like y'all didn't have to keep doing it.
They always
and then he said he was attracted to her. He said when he saw her, he thought she was beautiful. And,
yes, he did. And their pictures looked good.
She didn't seem shallow.
Their pictures looked good. Their pictures, they looked compatible together.
Yep.
Okay, so I think that she's going to be more into him than he's into her because I think he's used to people being into him.
That's true.
And I think that They do seem to be a decent match, because who do you really match with Zach? Zach is into himself and he has a big ego.
And so wait, Mindy's also athletic.
That's what I'm saying.
Mindy is a
figure
figure skating coach.
She used to be a professional skater, right? So
that's dope. Okay. With Mindy though, Mindy seems like she's also chasing what her sister has.
True. But, and then there's more to the story on this family situation, which ends up coming out in the future of the seasons, because they show
her mom
it.
didn't come, her dad didn't come.
But
her dad didn't walk her down the aisle. She was talking about how she had to walk herself down the aisle. The only member of her family there was her sister. Her one sister. Her other sister, who's alive, wasn't there either.
She said she sided with her dad. Whatever that means. It just, because at first she was making it seem like, oh, it was other things. But then later on when she was talking to him, she was like, oh, she decided to join my dad and not supporting me. And I was like...
Yeah. And she seemed to be playing a victim. A lot of her language was victim. Now, maybe you are a victim. And maybe you have a very hard life. And they always got somebody on the show with all this trauma. Like they said, she just had a miscarriage within a year. Yep. To a man she wasn't with, because she was prepared to be a single mom.
Yes, that was already.
So you just had a miscarriage, and that's so unfortunate. And I feel for her. And then her sister passed. Her other sister passed.
It's just a lot of emotional baggage. Yeah.
And all of this, and now you're on a show to get married. And I can see why after all that happened, you just want stability. Yeah. But it's like I can see how she also is not 100% healed, and he's gonna have to deal with that. And you put her with this guy who may not be trustworthy.
He just doesn't seem like he's gonna be the guy that's gonna be. Like, I hope he surprises me.
Yeah, I mean, he surprised me so far with the wedding. He seemed genuinely into her.
Yeah.
So hopefully they work out. And Mindy, get them teeth done, girl. Just get them teeth.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
So then our next couple is
Taylor and Brandon. Okay. Taylor's 27, another young one, beautiful girl. She she works at Johns Hopkins as a researcher, and she also works part-time
as a liquor,
sells liquor, does events for liquor sponsor. Yep, a liquor sponsor for whiskey
representative. Yes.
And I need to find out what events Taylor is at, because I love whiskey.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
And then Brandon is 34. Now, Brandon, we are not sure of his occupation. Do y'all know what Brandon does? Please drop down in the comments and tell us what Brandon's occupation is.
Because he said they got the same job, but he's not a researcher. So the same job as a bar person, like...
I don't know. He sells liquor?
Oh, beer. It was beer. It was beer. But does he go sell it to the liquor stores? Or
I don't think so. I think it's a little bit under that.
Okay, you're right.
So what do you do, Brandon? What does Brandon do, guys? We don't know what Brandon does, but what I think is that she is a little bit more
established. Yeah, she seems more established.
And I have an issue with that. I feel like black women always have to kind of like date down or whatever. And
the age disparity between
and he's
them.
34 and she's 27, and she still seems way more established. And it seemed like for the white couples, they're always like kind of well,
yeah.
So I don't like it, but I do.
Okay, can we get? Can we talk about the next thing that you thought that I didn't think, but about Brandon?
Oh, I thought Brandon. We're gonna say that for another episode.
Okay.
But y'all know what I thought about Brandon. You know what I thought about Brandon. But that's a good place to move on from that subject. But Brandon seems very nice and seems like he's attracted to his wife. I'll have to cut some of the other commentary down. Okay. So Brandon seems to be into Taylor. What do you think?
Yes, Taylor and Brandon look good together. That's also a couple but they don't seem genuinely like Brandon. They didn't have that same genuine look in their eyes that like Katie and Derek had.
And she kept saying this is awkward, and
she was a little uncomfortable.
I hope it gets better. And also Brandon just seems so disingenuous. Even when he came out and talked to her family, and when he was talking to her mom, and everything just seemed so scripted and just like, oh, I almost called you babe.
And he said from the first time, his vows said from the first time I saw you, but he wrote the vows before he saw her.
Yeah, from the first time I met you. And did you see the look his grandmother gave?
Yes, his grandparents were like, his mom was like, they looked at each other like.
The first time I saw you was now. And he didn't even flip it into a joke like the other guy, like, since I first met you. Like, you basically copied and pasted these daggone vows. You Googled them and pasted 5 vows together and just said it, and it's like you didn't even try.
I first thought he was writing the vows in the room before the wedding, but I think that was for a card.
But either way, and they didn't show the gifts.
They didn't.
They usually show the gifts and
it's too many couples. That's another thing for another day.
And it's too damn long. 2 hours, y'all. We didn't even think we was gonna be able to do this because she wasn't feeling 2 hours.
It's a struggle.
She wasn't feeling 2 hours. It should have been an hour and a half. Come on, Lifetime, get it together. Nobody wants to sit up here and watch this for 2 hours. Give us an hour and a half.
At first, I thought it was gonna be 5 couples because one was gonna drop out quick.
But it don't seem like it.
Yeah, right now.
From the previews, it seems like everybody's gonna last to the at least
closer like a few, definitely a few more episodes. Okay, so
Mindy, Zach, good. They seem good. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Oh no, we was on Taylor and Brandon.
Girl. Okay, our last one.
Edit that part. Taylor and Brandon. Okay, they seem alright. Brandon's super disingenuous. I just gotta give.
I'm still not sure, but I will say the previews made it seem like he kind of started to come around a little bit. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. Taylor ain't into him.
Okay,
Brandon, no. Okay.
Last couple.
Who's the last couple?
Austin.
Oh, Jessica and Austin. Yes. Okay, so Jessica's a twin.
And it's weird when you see her talking to when you see her twin talking to him.
Remember the twins from last season?
Yeah, but it's not.
They were weird. Jessica don't seem as weird.
No, that doesn't seem weird.
No,
she
seems.
Yeah.
But she kept mentioning that like, I basically want to get married because my twin sister is married with a kid, and I feel like I should be here. And I get it. Jessica's 31, so I get the you want to be 31.
And Austin doesn't seem 31,
but they're the same age.
They're the same age. But Austin looks younger. I'll give him that. He actually does look younger. He seemed mature after he was talking to their family and stuff. He actually does seem mature, but I definitely thought he was younger when they first showed him. I was like, why are there all these young people? But he's not that young. I mean, he's 31. He's
a mama's boy, but I like that. I like a mama's boy because a guy to me that respects his mom,
is gonna
cares
respect
about
you.
his mom's opinion, is
gonna
respect you. And I hope that my son one day grows up to care about me and my opinion when it comes to his future wife.
Yes, for sure.
Like, but he's gonna respect you. He's never gonna disrespect her.
Here's the shade.
What?
Jessica said he's not exactly what I would have envisioned.
Okay, yeah, I don't think.
But he's very easy to talk to. I wrote that down.
He's not a looker.
I wrote that down. I said,
he's not a looker.
She's not attracted to him.
Nope.
Jessica's not attracted to Austin.
But you want to know what I think? I think she shouldn't be so picky, and I'm gonna leave it there.
You're right. I agree with you. You ain't gotta say no more.
And he's taller than her. She's very tall, and
he's loyal.
He's loyal. He like his mama.
He was self-described. He was self-described as loyal, and I think that's a great characteristic.
Yeah. And he seemed like he said, I don't want her to do everything. He has some cooking abilities. Like
it seems like he's willing. Although in the previews, he's not home during the week because he travels for work every week, which he seems very salty about.
But let me tell you about this: you be hard pressed to find somebody in the DC area that is not traveling. There's a lot of consultants. There are a lot of
especially in that age.
At
if you're in your early 30s,
single, no kids,
and you're single, no kids, you're gonna
be traveling for
push for your career. Like you're gonna be doing that.
There's a lot of traveling consultants. Yeah, so we know that.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not
and why? I mean, I understand. I think for an 8-week experiment.
Why couldn't he just?
Why would you be Why would you be working like that?
Do the every other week.
Yeah,
I'm with that too. Like
that doesn't make sense.
He probably didn't tell his job. He works for a consulting firm, and it's a lot of people in this area. But I'm with you. You're doing 8 weeks. It's plenty. You probably could have took off a month or worked from home.
It's not that.
It's just. It's
not that deep. Like, so I get her beef with that, but in general, in a new marriage where you don't really know the person that well, having somebody that works out of state or travels for work was probably really good for the relationship because then it makes it more like dating. So you can see maybe I do like this person.
True.
Like if we're looking at it realistically,
and most likely he's gone Monday through Thursday. You got the weekends is
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, so
and you don't got to cook every night for this man.
So I don't know. I think that might end up being a good balance, but
and that was the only drama they showed, so they might
be okay. We'll see.
Okay, yeah.
Do we want to give? Okay, so let's give our predictions for
we're gonna do the predictions
going
really
to
quickly.
stay together.
Okay, so
Mika and Michael,
are they going to stay together? My prediction is they are going to work past the 8 weeks. Now, are they going to end up staying married after that? I don't know. I have to see a couple more episodes, but he was crying and stuff and saying he felt like a failure, and she felt he was pressuring her for sex and stuff. I think they'll stay married. I think, like you said, she may not initially be attracted to him, but they'll get there and they'll stay married.
They are the only couple I don't know. I honestly am on the fence about. But if I have to pick one way or the other, I'm gonna go with no. I think she gonna pull a Keith and Iris on Michael.
What? Is she gonna say no? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right. Okay, next, Katie and Derek. Katie and Derek, yes, for sure.
Yes,
Yep.
100%. No, but I don't even if they not. I don't know if they're gonna stay together for
ever.
Yeah,
or for
but
a year,
but I think they will say yes. So this is really a prediction of who says yes at the end, right?
Okay.
They say yes.
I agree. Both say yes. Both Katie and Derek.
Yes.
Then we have Mindy and Zach. Zach says no. Mindy says yes. And that's just based on.
That's just because for sure. Taylor and Brandon.
Are Taylor and Brandon gonna stay together?
No. They both say no.
And I kind of got some tea on that. But I'm gonna just leave that there.
Oh, well, I don't
They both say no. I'm not telling you.
But I don't think...
Both say no. I don't think they're both going to say no.
Oh, the other thing
and I think they might leave early.
Now, that I wouldn't be surprised
I think Taylor
about.
and Brandon might not even make it to the end.
Yes.
Because it's going to be no.
And then Austin and Jessica.
Okay, Austin and Jess... Yeah.
At first I said no, but I think they might. I think they might
be one of those slow couples.
I think
and
they
honestly, I think Austin and Jessica and Katie and Derek, I'm thinking, are the best couples.
Are our two couples, yes.
I am.
So the other thing that we forgot to touch on with Mindy and Zach is Zach used to mess with one of her people.
Oh yes! Did y'all see that?
Zach,
Mindy's friend
and
has
Zach
a secret
have a
with
history.
Zach.
Yes.
But Mindy seemed like she got fake friends. You know them girls that seem like they ain't got no real friends. She ain't even really talking to her own family. So
the other thing we didn't talk about was... Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go.
We didn't talk about Katie's real extra busty friend talking to Derek.
Oh yes,
when
they were talking about that sex,
y'all,
bro.
She was
and she was doing the hand movements and stuff.
She was drunk. She was drunk.
And we all got that drunk friend, and they were going to play it on camera because
it was a lot. It was embarrassing.
It was. And I'm sure she's looking at it back and like yeah.
I was looking at that like, I think she about to jump across that fire.
And you can't trust them women.
Okay. Well, especially when you don't even... Anyway. Yep. So, okay, those were two things I wanted to talk about. But, okay, so we have our predictions, people.
Yep.
So, we're going to see how it plays out.
We need to write it down so we can remember. So, yeah, this was our first review.
Yes, tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Comment, like, subscribe. Yep. We hope you like.
Yes,
and
we do.